Giant FM and streaming live on the First Federal Facebook page.
Yes, indeed, it is time for the First Federal program on this beautiful Friday morning. Looks like it's still a little cloudy out there, but hey, you know, it's
I can't see anything out there.
Well, I can bend just enough
Okay.
to see under the awning to see a little bit of sun peeking through clouds, but yeah,
Well,
it's trying to come up.
That's good. It looks very dark out there to me.
It's still a little dark, yeah.
I like the month of October, so I'm still doing okay with where we're at right now on the calendar.
Yeah.
The trees are changing. Had a nice drive through up near Lake Erie recently, and had a lot of really beautiful trees. So I think that's coming our way.
Although I do have to say, October has slowed down. September seems like it flew by extremely fast, and October's just kind of taking its time.
You okay with that?
I am.
I am too. I love it. Let's keep that.
Yeah.
Can you say keep it going if you want it to keep slow?
We'll have to ask somebody who knows more about cars and speed than me.
All right. Well, that's a good leap off for us. Our guest this morning, we're going to talk to in just a little bit, but we've got a big event this weekend.
Yes.
We're going to be talking with Jillian Smith from the Fulton County Chamber and John Alley from the Blacktop Cruisers. You know what that means?
It's the Red Hot Car Show and Chili Cook-Off tomorrow.
That's right. I was going to say bright and sunny, and we'll see. I'm still hopeful.
Yeah, the problem is I've seen like 7 different forecasts just this morning, and all of them have a different percentage of
That means this is going to come through.
Yes.
We'll have another wonderful Chili Cook-Off and Red Hot Car Show. We're going to find out a little bit more about this event in just a little bit. And this is my favorite local event that we have, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's our biggest and most attended, and we're going to find out if that's true here in a minute.
Yeah.
But just a great event. We're looking forward to it. I can't believe it's already here. It's the kind of thing that sneaks up on you, probably because September goes so fast.
Yes, yeah. I think we know a few people who will be relieved when tomorrow is over.
We'll find out. Okay, our trivia this morning.
All right.
Do you like chili, first of all?
Yes, I do.
Okay. In what U.S. city is the most chili consumed? I'll give you 4 choices.
Okay.
Cincinnati, Chicago,
Okay.
San Antonio, or Los Angeles.
All right. I think I know my answer, and I think one of our guests is agreeing with me. Because she said it before the choices came out. But I will have to agree with them because that's the first thing that came to mind. But we'll discuss that.
I didn't
at the
hear
end of
that,
the
so
show.
we'll find out at the end if you've got that correct, and we'll ask our guests as well. Tanner knows the answer, so we're not going to be talking to him about it.
I was going to say, yeah.
No cheating, Tanner.
I don't think, I'll just say since you've already decided, I'm not sure I would have gotten this right. Would you have, Tanner?
I don't think so.
Okay, now it makes me
Yes. All right, let's head into our sports report. Tanner.
Yes, that time of year, football season for high school starting to wind down. We know the sectional pairings, which start next week, so this week's the last week of the regular season, which is exciting.
Yeah, it is.
Rochester Zebras got a big game tonight as they play McConaughey, who's TRC foe. Both teams are 6-2, so both teams have had a good season. We'll see who can get that 7-win mark and into the sectionals. Pre-games at 6:30ish.
Yes, indeed.
6:30ish.
It's nice to have a matchup like this at the end.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
I like that.
Yeah,
It's good
get a
football.
little test right before the postseason starts.
And I'm kind of the fan where I enjoy when the weather gets a little bit more brisk for football. The hot, sweaty,
Oh,
Yeah.
early season football is not what I think of.
No.
And this is football weather.
This is it.
that we're
Yes.
You
in
get your
now.
blanket out and
Yep. Tippecanoe Valley's still having a tremendous season. 8-0. They take their 8-0 record. They host Bremen tonight, who is 4-4. Caston is hosting Knox tonight. Caston's 1-7. Knox is 8-0, so Knox is having a really good season as well. And Culver's still looking to get their first victory of the season. They're 0-8. They travel to Lavelle, who is 7-1. So a lot of good records
Yeah.
there are.
in the action tonight. So,
Yeah.
get out and get to a Friday night football game if you can.
Speaking of good records,
Yes, I presume you're talking about the number 3 Ohio State Buckeyes.
Who are they playing this
Yeah,
weekend?
they host, or no, they're on the road, I should say, at my Purdue Boilermakers,
Oh,
who are
okay.
2-4, not so good of a record. Ohio State's only 19.5-point favorite.
Well,
I say only because I'll talk about a matchup in a little bit that has a higher line.
thanks.
But that game is at noon tomorrow on Peacock.
That's the only way you can watch that?
That's the only way you can watch that.
Okay.
3 weeks in a row, Purdue's been on Peacock. So
Wow.
yeah, and they came out with a basketball schedule, and Purdue's going to be on Peacock 6 times in basketball. One of those matchups includes the matchup against Indiana.
No
One of
way.
the 2 matchups is the Peacock only this year.
Wow.
So
Gosh.
they are really trying to get their subscribe count up.
Yeah.
Which I get it from a business point, but
Are you doing it?
I'm already. I'm already there.
I knew it.
They have some good other shows.
Okay,
on there,
no,
too.
you don't have to tell
I'm a big
I
fan of
understand.
Night Court.
Yeah. We got 2 other games going on for the big in-state programs this weekend. Notre Dame's looking to bounce back after a loss against Louisville. They're 5-2 now, but they still are ranked number 21. They're 2.5-point favorites at home against one of their rivals, USC, who's 5-0, ranked number 10. That game's tomorrow night, 7:30 on NBC.
I enjoy that rivalry.
That's a good,
Just for the sport, that's a good one.
good tradition there. A lot of good players, talent. Both teams are going to be loaded with NFL talent. And Caleb Williams, the reigning Heisman Trophy winner for USC, right now he'd probably win it again, I would say, if the voters were to vote today. He's having a pretty good season. So.
I kind of projected to maybe be the number 1 pick in the NFL draft.
Yes.
Isn't he so far?
As long as he comes out.
Oh.
His
sure.
camp's kind of said that there's only a handful of teams he would play for, but we've heard that before. And
By camp, you mean his dad?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, both of our teams might be in camp trying to get him.
I know. Yeah.
And Indiana plays tomorrow. They had a bye week last week, so their record's still 2-3. They travel to number 2 Michigan, who is 6-0, 33.5-point favorites in that game.
Wow.
That game's at noon on Fox tomorrow. So, yeah, gonna have their work cut out for them there. Michigan's
I wish
pretty good.
that one was on Peacock and seen across the nation.
NFL, the Colts got a big win over the Titans last week. They're 3-2. Now they travel down to Jacksonville to play the Jaguars, who are also 3-2. Jaguars are 4-point favorites. That game's at 1 o'clock on CBS. You can also hear the action right here on WOI.
Yeah, we will have pregame starting at noon.
That division is pretty tight.
Surprisingly pretty
Yep.
good this year.
It's kind of fun to see where that's going to end up.
In the Bears, they're not winless anymore. They won last Thursday against the Commanders, so they're 1-4. They host one of their rivals, the 1-4 Minnesota Vikings. Bears are 3-point favorites. 1 o'clock on Fox on Sunday. So that should be an interesting one. And lastly, for national sports, the championship series for the MLB are set. The Phillies knocked out the Braves last night, which was a surprise.
Yeah, overall, that was a surprise.
So the Phillies and the Diamondbacks are going to play the National League Championship Series. And the American League Championship Series, it's the state of Texas in action. Astros against the Rangers.
Now, Phillies and Diamondbacks, were they both wild card teams?
I believe they were.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Yes.
So they've expanded that a little bit?
Yeah. It's hard telling. I was telling Paul before we got on the air, Diamondbacks just 2 or 3 years ago lost 100 games. And now they're 1 series away from the World Series.
Yep.
They've got some good young talent.
Yep.
They could last and stick around.
It's all that it takes in baseball to turn around pretty quickly compared to other sports.
Yeah. And I think I saw something, correct me if I'm wrong, the Phillies had a player that hit 2 home runs in back-to-back playoff games, and I thought it said first ever.
First ever, Nick Castellanos, the former Cub and Red.
I can't believe that's never been
I
done.
know,
but
I
that's
saw
interesting.
it last night too. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
In the history of baseball, it's been around since
Multi-
1800s.
Yeah, that's just
Nobody's ever done that. So.
that doesn't. We don't see the
No, we
first
don't.
ever very often
No,
in
we
baseball
don't.
because it's such an old sport.
No,
so.
we don't.
Okay.
So, yeah. So
Interesting.
it'll be interesting to follow those 2 series along. We got some tidbits here this morning. Not too many, Paul, but and most of them are actually sports related here, but they're interesting ones.
Okay.
On this day in 1967, the first American Basketball Association, the ABA, game was played with the Oakland Oaks beating the Anaheim Amigos 132 to 129. The red, white, and blue ball was introduced, and the 3-point field goal was introduced.
All right.
So they introduced
That was
it
a
before the
nice
NBA.
change,
Yeah,
wasn't it? Yeah.
And on this day in 1971, the first ever Baseball World Series game at night was played.
Ooh.
As the Pirates beat the Orioles 4-3 in Game 4 at Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh.
All right.
It probably really opened up some more attendance then.
I would
don't you
assume so,
imagine?
yeah. It's hard to believe that. It took till 71 to...
I was alive when Wrigley Field first got lights,
Yep,
so that makes me feel really old.
They
This
were the
morning,
last Paul about spit on his mouth there. The last MLB team to get that, so yeah. Well, I got some on this, or not on this day, got some national days for you, Paul. National Train Your Brain Day.
Okay.
It's National Transfer Money to Your Son Day. Last Friday was National Transfer Money to Your Daughter Day. So.
I just heard a no from that there.
Sorry.
World Egg Day, Vet Nurse Day, National M&M Day, as in the candy, not the wrapper,
Yeah.
and Disaster Day.
World Egg Day. You know, eggs are one of the most versatile substances on Earth, I think.
I agree
I
with
like
that.
eggs. Eggs are cool.
Yeah.
Okay, what about upcoming events?
Well, the Times Theater is showing a movie Tuesday afternoon at 1 o'clock. It's Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Ooh.
This is a senior event. So as part of the senior combo, $5 senior combo, it includes a ticket, small popcorn, and a drink.
All
Have you
right.
seen that?
I have not.
I have not either.
I might have to throw on a gray wig and go hang out there and watch it.
Okay, what country is Transylvania located in?
I should know
This
this.
is pop-up trivia, guys. You
Yeah,
gotta
I
this
should
stuff.
know this, and I did.
It's Romania.
Romania?
Yeah, I just learned that. So
Okay.
I didn't know that before last week.
I was like, I've heard that before, but the brain. I'm
Okay.
trying to train my brain this morning. It's like,
You're fighting it. Come on, buddy. All right, we got one other event that's tomorrow at the Optimist Club. They've been doing their pumpkin sales and mums, among other nice decorations. Well, they've got their free pumpkin pick out in their field right next to Dollar Tree on Indiana 14 there. So they wanted to invite kids 12 and under to come out and carry off a pumpkin or two, whatever you can carry. That's the rule.
yeah.
Right there. So parking the grass by the field, not the Dollar Tree parking lot. They would ask, but that's from 10 to 1 tomorrow. Also, you want to go out there and wrestle with the pumpkin and take it home. That's for kids 12 and under.
Perfect.
So that sounds fun.
Yeah, it's
doesn't
always
it?
a fun event they put on, and it's really nice of them to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Tanner.
Thank you.
Money news. The Dow. Is it up this week, Paul?
I don't know.
I think it was 252 points.
Put me on the spot,
Been
you
jumping
know.
around a little bit
Yes, that I know it has.
with all the different financial readings. Has got everybody confused right now. So people are moving in and out and trying to figure out what the next best play is. So we're going to keep an eye out on that. And I can't tell you what the next best play is on investing money. It's a little bit complicated, it seems like right now. And what came out yesterday, which kind of riled things up again, was the latest consumer price index reading showed a 3.7% annual inflation rate for the month of September.
Oh wow.
That doesn't sound real high. And last year it was 9
Yeah.
at this time. So it's coming around, which is great. It didn't really move a whole lot, and it's kind of right on the edge of what they expected, maybe a tad higher, but really, for what the economists really think, or the Federal Reserve really thinks, is 2% would be the healthiest for the country. So they're trying to get it down to 2. So that's the target
Okay.
when they're looking at 3.7. So we'll see. It's headed in the right direction. That's a positive for everybody, and we're really pleased with that so far. Hope that progress continues. You can
Yes.
enjoy a little bit less price increase.
Yeah.
You bought meat lately?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we don't have to talk about that.
That's all you need to say.
All right. Thinking of First Federal, we're open today at 8:30. We'd love to see you. We'll even let you in at 8:25 today. Heck, let's go ahead and do that. And we stay open until 5 on Fridays. It's
Okay.
also convenient. And Saturday we'll be open 8:30 to noon if you're frequenting our local event here that we're going to be talking about. And you need some good cash to buy some chili tickets or some hot dogs or things like that. We'd love to help you out with that. And our ATM's conveniently located there on 9th Street as well. That's
Yep.
open 24/7. And you could, we're not even just making you take cash out. You can put cash in
Yes,
to
you
the
can.
ATM, Paul.
I drive by every Friday on payday and drop my check off on my way home.
Yeah, and checks. Thank you.
Mhm.
That's a good correction. So easy to use, nice and quick. There's usually a car or two there.
Usually, there's times that it's like, you know what, I'll come back later because the last car's just barely past the turn to get in. So, yeah.
We'll tell the hamsters inside to speed it up a little bit
Yes,
more
yes.
for the
Very
that line
popular
down.
ATM.
We're still running our 10-month CD special. I've had a few friends ask me how long we're going to be doing that, and I'm not here to announce that right now. I'm announcing that we're still doing that. 5.1% APY on a 10-month CD, still in action, still interesting. We're still having people that are looking to move some money around and invest it a little bit more. Certificates of deposits or CDs are things that the usage of those since the 80s has just come down and down, but that's because rates have been dropping pretty steadily. It was
Yeah.
a nice trend all the way down to a real low point after 2010, and but those are coming back up. That's one benefit, I suppose, of a little bit higher rates is you can actually make some money investing your money in the CDs. So
Yeah.
we would encourage you, if you've got some money hanging around, that's a good option for you.
Yes.
Okay, we also have a couple of great real estate home purchase specials going on through October 31st. Our fall purchase special. If you feel the air out there,
Yeah,
we're in fall. This
Yep.
qualifies.
Yep.
All fixed rate loans are disclosed from now through October 31st. We'll get a lender credit, $750 lender credit for loans $200,000 and less, and $1,250 lender credit for loans above $200,000 and $1.
Okay.
How's that sound?
That sounds fantastic.
Save some cash there.
Yeah.
Since everything else costs so much, it's the least we could do.
Right?
Construction perm special, that means you go through building a home and then it converts right into payments. You don't have to go through the application process to get your monthly loan payments figured out. We'll do that all at the beginning.
That's awesome.
So we've got a special rate on that going right now. So ask your loan originator for more details on that. You can talk to Ben Dalton or Stacy Wilson here in Rochester. So we'd love to help you with that. Construction is still a big deal. It's hard to find a home out there right now to
Yeah.
buy. So we'd ask you to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, or subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes.
We archive a lot of video out there, thanks to Tanner, that you might find interesting.
Yeah, he's a busy guy keeping that up to
You
date.
can go back through and pick the first federal shows that Tanner hosted, if he's your favorite. And just watch those if you want. So there's a lot of options there.
Yeah.
We're the only locally owned bank in Fulton County. We don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best, Paul. Borrowers must meet underwriting guidelines. We are FDIC insured and an equal housing lender, and our NMLS number is 399927.
And
if
that makes us legal.
you got questions about buying a home, maybe you haven't gone through that process before, it can seem a little intimidating, but we can make it super easy for you. And
Yeah.
best thing you can do is get a free pre-qualification.
Oh, yeah.
So we'd love to talk with you and help you out with that and take some of the complication and worry out of that process for you. Okay, well, we are at the point of asking our guests to join us.
Yes. And they
Jillian
just get their
Smith?
own mic now.
Yeah, 2 microphones, guys.
This is just like downtown.
Feel free to adjust how you need, but Jillian Smith, Fulton County Chamber of Commerce, Executive Director, welcome.
Good morning.
John Alley, Blacktop Cruisers, welcome again.
Good morning. Well, thanks for having me.
Both veterans of the show. Nice to have you returning, and we've got a big event coming up. I know you guys probably just pull this thing off with about a week of planning, but we want to talk about the Red Hot Car Show and Chili Cook-Off. This has been a consistent, long-standing event for us in Fulton County.
Yeah, I don't know about Jillian. We just started the car show about 2 hours ago.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I just had a hunch.
Yeah, it's just throw it together right at the very end.
I don't believe that because this event runs so smoothly every year. There's a lot of people that come through our community and enjoy the classic cars. And there's lots of categories of those, and I don't know the half of it, but I can't wait to find out. And they enjoy a lot of flavors and styles of chili, among other things, Jillian. And this is something that draws a lot of people here. Tell us about kind of the scope of this event and how this is going to Luge.
Yeah, there's been improvement every year. This is my 5th or 6th chili cook-off, and every year we receive feedback and we're able to tweak the show and the event accordingly. We're really excited. So it's a full day of action. We have a schedule on our Facebook event, but you can see the. Do you just want like an overview of the schedule?
I would love to know exactly what's coming up.
All right, so we have. Well, John and I are waking up about 4:30 tomorrow morning.
Oh yeah.
About 4:30.
It's
So
early days tomorrow.
Sounds like a little bit of a rally. If you'd like,
Yes.
if you'd like some of our folks to come, Paul's volunteering.
So if anybody's up early and they want to come join us, set up some trash cans, put some cones out, anything like that, just let us know. Otherwise, car show registration starts at 8 o'clock. So from 8 to 11, we'll have car show registration. We'll have swap meet registration starting at 7. Around 7.
I think the registration ladies are going to be there around 6:30 because we have cars start showing up at 6 o'clock tomorrow. They start pulling in.
And then parking this year. Where are we putting the cars?
We're going
All over the place.
All over.
That's what I want to hear. This is called a stroll for
Yes,
a reason.
we'll basically start, I think, at 8th Street and start moving north.
Okay.
And they'll fill in the side streets and stuff. We do have to, keep a fire lane open. So we've worked with the fire chief to make sure that we have fire lanes open. So our parkers, all we ask is park where they tell you to park. There is a method to our madness, and we need to have you in certain areas so that we can keep our fire lanes open.
And one thing we get too, if you want to park with people, come together.
Yes.
Wait for each other. Meet at a gas station.
That's a great tip.
Meet at a bank parking lot. Find somewhere to go. Meet your buddies, and then come into the show together.
Yeah, we can't hold spots because again, by how we have to fill everything in for the fire lanes, once we kind of fill stuff in, and then we got a car, wants to go 3 blocks into it, we can't get you there. So, come together.
You bring up a good point. This is a big social event. There's kind of a big social aspect to car show enthusiasts in general. Tell us just a little bit about that, John, because people come to these to bring their cars, talk to their friends, and group up and share things and look at things, and it's a big deal. It's a culture here.
Yeah, the biggest thing with the car show is the trophies. Everybody likes those, but I think it's more seeing what everybody's brought and saying, okay, well, how did you do that, and where did you find that part at, and who built this for you? And so there's a lot of interchange of information of what works, what doesn't work, and it's kind of fun. You get one of my cars has no door handles on the outside.
Oh, that's neat.
So it's electronically open. So the kids they stand there and they'll look at the car, and then they'll turn them on. How do you open the door? And then I'll push a button and all the doors slide, and their eyes get real wide, and then they say, okay, how do you did that? So you kind of can educate the kids because right now the kids are into video games. And we need to get some of them back into the cars. At some point there needs to be that interest among the younger folks of how these things work and how do you build them. So it's fun to do that educational part too. But you hit it on the head. It is a social event. Everybody knows everybody,
right?
And they share information and walk around and look at the cars, and it's just a fun time.
Now, and I'll say just because my family likes to come every year, that feeling that you get is like there's camaraderie, it's positivity, there's friendliness, people are smiling. I remember I took young kids and I was nervous about the cars, and I care about people that own and have done a lot of work to these cars. Everyone was so friendly. There really wasn't a lot of, hey, keep them back. It's not a museum environment. It's a welcoming environment, and I've always appreciated that about this event. And I think the car show goes into that, and then also the chili booths where you're going around deciding if you want to try this chili or not. They share the ingredients, if it's how spicy it is. Tell us a little bit about our chili teams this year, Jillian.
Yeah, so we have 16 teams competing. They'll start showing up around 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, setting up their booths. We always have a best decorated booth contest.
Oh, I like that.
So, and they've gotten real sneaky with us. They won't tell us what their themes are.
Ooh.
So far as some teams won't tell us their team name.
Oh my goodness.
Morning. So it's a big deal. I'm really excited to see what the teams have pulled off. So 16 teams, they'll start decorating. We cannot allow them to start cooking until after our captain's meeting at 8:15. So
Okay.
you won't smell any chili in the air until about 8:30, 8:45.
I bet that makes the car owners' stomachs start to grumble around 9 o'clock.
Yeah, and that's, I travel around to a lot of car shows around the state, and, I keep hearing about the car show in Rochester, and, a lot of times they say, it's the best show in the state.
Oh,
and,
that's
and
great.
they say, especially with all the chili. We can go down there and you just, taste various kinds of chili, and everybody, like Jillian says, very creative. So I think the two together makes a really nice
I
atmosphere.
agree.
And it is well known around the state of Indiana, the Red Hot Car Show and Chili Cook-Off. Everybody talks about it.
Well, it's been a great partnership, as you mentioned, and done a great job of promoting. It seems to have achieved broad support here in the community as well. And I think just because of the results of this event over the years have been so strong. Tell us a little bit about the support, Jillian, to pull this off.
Yeah, it really it takes everybody in the community, and we don't take lightly the amount of work that this one day event. We joke because it's an 8-hour event, but we have I think we have over 100 volunteers between the two organizations.
Oh my
plus
goodness.
So many incredible sponsors. It really is outstanding. So, and we really could not do it without the Fulton County maintenance and without the city of Rochester. So we have to say every year, time and time again, the city has worked with us, figuring out, John talked about the emergency routes and having the fire lanes available, and they work with us, and we work with Police Chief Schatz on making sure everybody's safe. We work with the Sheriff's Department, we work with everybody, the Water Department, they come out and they help us.
Wow.
I mean,
These are
really,
things I wouldn't have even thought of.
The street department, because
Yeah.
we
Oh
have
my
to get with
goodness,
them
yeah.
for putting up barricades. They put up all the banners for us. So,
Wow.
and then I have to give a really big shout out to the city police officers. Early in the morning, they're barricading the streets. Last year I came down here and I said, okay, it's going to be just me, and it was all done.
Wow.
So I really, hats off to them. They support us and help us tremendously.
Chief Schatz said they'll be out about 2 o'clock tomorrow morning, blocking off all the streets. So, I mean, it really does. It takes everybody. We so appreciate it. The fire chief, they bring a fire truck down at noon to display a flag to do the anthem, and that's always a very special time.
Yes, it sure is.
Everybody stops what they're doing, and it's just very neat to see the entire city come together for that. I don't want to leave anybody out, but it takes everybody. We really want to say thank you to the Fulton County Tourism Commission. They help both of our organizations put this together. We have some incredible sponsors. The Rochester Metal Products is our habanero pepper sponsor, and they really help us kind of get to the finish line. We got to see it too. And then the chili teams. Meat is not cheap apparently.
Oh, you were listening earlier.
And it just, what they do, because we do ask for 15 to 20 gallons of chili. We serve over 7,000 bowls of chili that day.
It's an interesting process.
It is a lot of work, but they put everything into it, and they do such a good job. So all of our 16 teams, thank you. We know it's a lot.
You've obviously kept it fun because teams keep signing up year after year and have a great time doing it. There's something special about serving your community and serving folks and being together like that. This is kind of like a big family community party almost. And I know there's people that come from outside the community, but like John mentioned, they've come time and time again. This is almost like their home community for this weekend every year.
We have a registration for the car show from St. Paul, Minnesota.
Oh my goodness.
And, I checked the return address on the envelope, and that's where it came from. So
That's awesome.
That's a dedicated car show person.
Yeah.
And I think, one of our sponsors that we can't forget is WROI. They allow us to tap into their system for our DJ to broadcast. So thank you to WROI for allowing us to do that. Thank you.
The speakers downtown, that was such a meaningful project. Worked so well for this event.
Yes.
On the light poles, and that's just a really nice upgrade. We are so proud of this community, and it's fun to show it off in this way tomorrow. Remind us of the times when we should come and expect to start enjoying the cars and the chili.
So car show registration, 8 to 11 cars will start lining up by 8, but really a good time to get here is about 9:30, 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, we'll start selling tickets for the chili cook-off. At 11 o'clock, we'll start with chili tastings. So you can start eating lunch at 11.
That sounds great.
We'll have hot dogs for sale, pop and water, and then of course we have several food vendors available on East A Street, right in front of WROY.
Yeah, they try to bury it.
And then
Perfect location.
Chili Awards 1:30, Car Show Awards 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock at the latest, depends on their car count. And again, because of the weather, I want to remind folks, cars might come in a little later tomorrow.
Oh, good
So
point.
as you're walking around, just be aware, cars might still be coming in.
True.
So pay attention, don't be walking in the middle of the street, because you might get somebody tooting a horn at you. But just be aware, the
An old
cars are
style
moving around.
horn.
Yes, yes.
Well, we need to thank the Fulton County Chamber and Blacktop Cruisers for all the work. You mentioned all the volunteers, all the supporters of your organization that put in the work to pull this off and lead on this. It takes a lot to lead something, and we want to thank both of you and your organizations for doing this again for our community.
Well,
this
thank
year.
you.
Yep. And thanks for joining us this morning. Great
Our
job.
pleasure.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
Okay, you can stick around for this. What U.S. city eats the most chili? Cincinnati, Chicago, San Antonio, or Los Angeles?
Cincinnati.
Even if it's not Cincinnati, everybody should be eating Cincinnati style chili.
Skyline.
Paul?
I'm gonna regret it, but I'm gonna go with them.
Okay, the answer is Los Angeles,
No way.
which I thought it would be the San Antonio for some reason, but my wife's from Cincinnati, and I agree. The Skyline chili's grown on me a lot over the years.
Yes.
I've experienced that quite often now.
And I've been told the stuff in the can does not compare to actually getting it in Cincinnati.
That's right. Okay, let's end with our words of wisdom this morning. Kind words do not cost much, yet they accomplish much. From Blaise Pascal, a French philosopher.
I like those. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you again next week.
Thanks a lot, Paul.